Welcome to the ranch. Today we have some work to do out at a pasture of ours. Actually, it's my brother-in-law's place. He has a tree that went down and it's causing some problems for him. It took out the fence line. Thankfully there's no cows there. We're getting ready to load up and get out of here. But I just got a phone call to tell me that one of my cows is down. So now I got to go deal with that before I go over to look at the tree.
But first, let's hear from our sponsor. All right, guys, let's be honest. We all feel like life can be overwhelming at times. We can get through our day and still feel like it's never ending. And honestly, that's where our sponsor, BetterHelp, really can come in handy. Let me explain. Our animals need us, our kids need us, our husbands or wives need us, our family needs us, our friends need us. Our chore list is literally a mile long. Sometimes we don't even feel like making dinner for ourselves because things can just feel overwhelming, stressful. You don't even want to do your favorite hobby anymore. Whatever it is, sometimes even hanging out with friends and family just doesn't feel like the best option. This is where BetterHelp will come in handy. See, BetterHelp's going to connect you with a licensed therapist who's trained to listen and give you helpful, unbiased advice. It's super easy. Here's how. First, you go to their site. You can use my link, BetterHelp.com/BlandsRanch. You answer a few questions, and then BetterHelp is going to match you up with a professional who's had years of experience helping people with struggles just like yours and mine. You'll be matched to a therapist usually within 48 hours, so you can get started fast. You can do it all from your phone or a computer, via phone call, video chat, or even messaging. Whatever makes you feel the most comfortable, it's literally the easiest possible way to start talking to a therapist. Let BetterHelp connect you to someone, a therapist who can support you all from the comfort of your own home, or maybe from the comfort of your backyard. Visit BetterHelp.com/BlandsRanch or choose Bland's Promised Land Ranch during sign up and enjoy a special discount on your first month. And now, back to our video.
Come on. Oh my goodness, dude, she's bloated like crazy. Push her that way. We gotta go pull that way. Take that off of it. What I don't like is that right there, because she's been laying so long. I think that's her intestines coming out the back end. I keep having problems with this cow, and she's been laying so long that she's bloated now. So that was exciting. We had the entire family come down. There's one walking back, and got everybody back here behind me. Monica came down, so that was pretty exciting. We're really just trying to get to where we can cut some trees down today. But that's farm life for you. It just changes in an instant. Let's load the Jeep up with the things we need to get the work done that we planned on. Let's go. Welcome to the ranch. Take 2. Now that we have the cow up, we're getting ready to actually go do what we had intended to do, which is to go down the road and help my brother-in-law cut some trees up and get him off its fence line. Here behind me you can see the remnants of a storm that came through yesterday, and it was a pretty big storm. There was lots of wind, but it dumped a ton of water. You can see throughout my pasture it is very, very wet. Yesterday we had water running down the side of the fence line here because of how much water was being dumped on our property. I try never to complain about rain because in the summertime we don't get rain and we usually go into the drought mode. So this is a time of the season where we get to fill up our reservoirs, fill up our tanks, our ponds, our lakes, everything that we have down here. So we have a few more things we got to gather up to get this tree cut down over at his property. Got to get a couple chains, get them in the back of the Jeep. We already have the chainsaw and the fuel. So I just want to gather this stuff up and get down the road and get this work completed. There you go. Look at this young man pulling a 20-foot chain out of the barn, putting it in the Jeep without scratching it, might add. There you go. It's a sloppy mess out here, I'll tell you that much. Hopefully it's not that wet over at the property where we have to get the trees cut down. Thankfully it's about 50 degrees outside. It's not too hot, not too cold. Good weather to be out working. So hopefully it'll be minimal amount of sweat. Appreciate all the help. The little guys come along with me. It's always good to get them working. So we just made it down here onto the property, and you can see this tree here. It's a pretty good sized tree. Fell right on the fence line. We also have a couple other trees that are standing that are also dead. We're going to go ahead and cut these out just so that they don't fall over towards the house or over towards their chicken coop here. So we got a lot of work to do because this tree is a lot bigger than I thought. I mean, you can see it's probably 2.5 feet in diameter on that trunk line. You can see the root ball here, and even more, you can see all the kids that are just enamored about how awesome this tree is, and just enjoying nature and being outside is a cool thing. I had to make sure I gave a shout out to my niece, Selah, right here.
Hi.
One of our biggest fans, watches all the videos, so we want to make sure we give her a shout out as we're doing the work. Let's get to it. It's just here, and then you can
hook it on.
tie it back. Tie it back. So we got the Jeep holding tension on this tree, and now we're going to see the difference between a battery operated chainsaw and the gas powered. That thing looks like it's cutting pretty good so far. I'm not sure how long these batteries hold up on these electric saws, but that thing's cutting through pretty quick. I mean, it's probably helpful that the tree is like half dead, but nonetheless, it's still cutting pretty well. All right, so I think the battery one's not lasting quite as long as we had anticipated. So time to bring out the big guns. I'm gonna step here and be his spotter. Victory! Little PSA while we're doing this tree trimming, cutting down. This is why I don't get guineas. They don't shut up. Tree number 2. Gas powered. Batteries aren't better than gas powered. I'm gonna go ahead and scoot back so I can spot this tree for him as it's getting closer. Well, all the kids are happy. Both trees came down without any hesitation. No damage to the chicken coop or to the house, which is most important. Now we need to start cutting everything up, including all the way back in here. We got to get that big one cut up and off the fence line at least while I'm here with the Jeep, so I can help try to separate what I can so he can fix the fence. Were you clapping your hands?
Yay!
Good job, Daddy. What you looking at?
Termite queen. I think it's a termite queen.
You think it's a termite queen?
Yeah, because there's so many. There's like little white spots around, and those little white spots are termites.
These homeschooling kids are smart kids, man. That's one of the advantages of homeschooling. They're not afraid to get out here and look around and see what they can find. And so whether it's right or wrong, I don't know. It looks like a grub to me. But she might be right. She's pretty smart. So we'll see. I tell you what, this is a big tree, bigger than you would think. But let me show you how beautiful it is. Look at this bark, or excuse me, look at this tree line. Look at that pattern. Isn't that awesome? I see that and I think about all the things I can make. Charcuterie boards, trivets, make little trivets. It's getting hot out here now, and this tree is really, really big. I'm just trying to talk on the camera as long as I can so that I can get out and doing some work because my little muscles are tired. Alright, so we didn't get it on video cutting the big chunk of this tree, but I'd say it's probably about 2.5 feet in diameter, and we see what the problem is. Look at all these ants. I'm trying to get my hand to shade. The whole inside of the tree is rotten, and
Going to try and flip the whole thing back up.
brother-in-law believes these are carpenter ants. Why?
Because that's what Google tells me.
Google says
I mean, that's what it looks like. Red body, black thorax.
red body, black thorax, and these guys definitely fit the bill. So I think we found our culprit on this tree. This channel is more than just about homesteading. It's about learning. And doggone it, Google is helping us here. And also, I'm catching everybody taking a break while we're trying to cut trees down. Pop-Pop's sitting down on the job again. Alright, so we had a little failure with the chainsaw. I've never seen this before, but right here on the end of the bar, let's see if I can get it, that piece right there. It's not spinning very well. I have a feeling there's wood in there. So I've been trying to get my little spanner wrench or whatever we want to call it. Let's see. Like this, try to get it loosened up, and I can see little fragments of wood popping out. It's getting easier each time. So now I'm going to put the chain back on it and let the mechanical side spin it faster. See if we can get the rest of that wood out of there. Well, take two. I got everything working with the other piece on the bar, and then I got to cutting, and then the bolt fell off and the bar was exposed. This whole piece here was gone, so now we're rebuilding it again. I'm seeing another problem now right here. Let's see if I can get it to focus in. Right there on that chain, it's getting eaten up and chewed up. This you have to be careful with. I actually damaged my spindle before. We're going to pull the plug on this because this is not inexpensive. Chainsaws and the parts to chainsaws are very expensive, and I don't want to have to pay for more damaged parts. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the plug on this project because we got the tree down and split up. So that part's done. We're gonna stop now. Well, it's been a long day, but we were able to get it. You can see all the wood back here, all the trees that we cut down, and we made light work of it, baby. It was good teamwork right there. All the kids were out here helping, dragging the limbs and branches, the little ones, over into a pile that's up by the front side of the property, and then we have all this stuff. And not only that, let me go back here and I want to show you this, because this is really cool. I'm really excited about this. I love working with wood, and one of the things that we found when we started cutting the big trunks were these beautiful pieces of wood. Yeah, my shading, there we go. One of the things that we found was how beautiful this wood is. Look at that, how beautiful that is. I know I did that earlier in the video, but not only am I going to try to make a trivet out of this thinner one, which, by the way, I was really proud of myself for cutting straight lines, but look at this one. This is about, this is a heavy, about 2-inch piece of wood. Same thing, it's too heavy to pick up one-handed. But this grain is beautiful, and I'm actually going to make a cutting board out of that. This is a hackberry tree. My brother-in-law, geez, the shadows. My brother-in-law has already looked up on the internet whether or not that's safe, so you got to take that into consideration when you're making cutting blocks or something that you're going to put food on. Make sure that it's safe to put food on and to cut. But he's already got some, I got some, so we're going to make some really cool things out of that. I love working with wood. But anyway, we had a blast coming out here with the family, just laughing, carrying on. Like I said, my father-in-law was here, and I can see my eyes. My father-in-law was out here. Of course, this is my brother-in-law's property, his kids, his wife. Everybody was out here having a good time, just laughing and cutting it up and enjoying family time and enjoying working together. That's what we're made to do, is to work, and to be able to help and love one another is a pretty awesome thing. And it was my privilege to come down here and help cut this up and get all this pieced out. So now the good thing is he'll be able to sell it. He'll be able to make stuff out of it. They're a very artsy family, so they'll be able to come up with some really cool things to do with it, I'm sure. So we're about to head home. I'm tired, I'm a little bit hungry, so I'm going to head home with the kids, get them some food, and keep working with the things we got to do today. But it was a good day, and I'm glad you were able to come along with us. So thanks so much for checking us out. Hey, who likes working with family and helping out where we can? Farmers do. You recording? You got to give me the sign.
Got to get this manual labor going here.
Are you? Did you give me the sign? Hey, come on, man.
All right, everyone, you're doing a good job. Keep up the good work.
There you go.
Okay.
All right, let's get this one cleared out of here.
Like a typical form.
Get that suit, Simeon.
Mm-hmm.
They're standing around while Pop-Pop's doing the work.
The wrong pile.